Wow, this video is really dark. So hey guys, this is Angel, Bosstown BBW. I'm sorry for the dark ass non-ass view. Um, I'm actually leaning over the side of my bed because I have like a freaking 1 inch charger cord. My kids have pirated. Well, not my kids. The only kid I have right now. My other kids are grown. My 15-year-old son, he playing that. Oh, I don't have your charger again. Whatever. So anyway, I wanted to before I go to bed tonight, I wanted to talk about cheating, and not cheating on people, but cheating on the VSG liquid diet. So I know I ain't the only one, but tonight was the first night that I actually cooked for my family. I cooked for my son and my little sister. She wasn't even here, but whatever. So I decided I was gonna be bold and cook dinner. So I made like this really it was like a sweet, smoky, spicy stir fried chicken. I love stir fry. I love onions, peppers, mushrooms. I even threw some red potatoes in there. I got jiggy with it. And I sauteed it in freaking grapeseed oil and with garlic and stuff. I was just showing out, knowing damn well I couldn't have it. And by that time, I hadn't really been um I hadn't drank any protein since the morning, so I was right about that time. I was pretty damn ravenous, so I set myself up. And it was smelling so good. It was looking good. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. And I love avocados. And like one of my favorite things to do was like to put all my sauteed veggies on a plate with some boneless, skinless chicken and with a dollop of freaking sour cream, some sliced up avocados with some pink Himalayan salt, and some fresh ground black pepper, and get it in. So like I was just thinking about that. So I was like, you know what? These avocados are really soft, and technically if I chew it enough, it's gonna be like a liquid, or the consistency of a shake. This is what I'm justifying in my head. It's gonna be like a consistency of a shake. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really technically cheating. And how does my esophagus really know this ain't no protein shake per se? So, and the sauteed veggies are real soft. So, it's gonna be like a puree. And that's only like, what, a week away? So, so, so I had like a tiny little saucer with a little bit of like maybe two peppers, a pitiful onion, and half a slice of avocado. And I sat down at the table, and my son was shaking his head. He kept talking trash and ish to me. You know you should have it, mommy. The boy, mind your business. He's like, Mom, your stomach's gonna explode. I said, listen, boy, it's not about being full. That's not the problem. The problem is getting this bitch down my throat. that's that's the task at hand. It's not about fullness, boo. So anyway, so I sit down, and oh my gosh, just the flavor of savoriness from all that sweet chocolatiness and all the time. So it was just good to have the sensation of just something spicy and savory. And I was just like, oh Lord, it's so good. Oh, I even had a little piece of potato, and I chewed it and I chewed and I chewed 40 times 40, and I swallowed, and I was like, okay, you know how you can feel everything going down the pipes? So I started feeling us. Oh fuck, we in trouble. So I stood up. I do these things where I stand up, I stretch, I hop up and down. You should see me. It's pretty ridiculous. It's like looks like I'm playing VSG freaking charades. So first word, second word sounds like I fucked up. So yeah. So it was hurting like a you know what, and um but I was like, I was gonna have that again. So I was like, it don't make no sense. I might as well just go on and finish this. I tried and I chewed and chewed, and it hurt real bad. And it was liquefied in my in my mouth, and I took my time swallowing it. But it's like your esophagus knows. It knows you ain't supposed to. I don't know how it knows, but it knows. Maybe because it's still swollen and sore from surgery. I don't know. Maybe your esophagus is a snitch and it's telling on you to your stomach. Maybe that's what it's telling the pouch, this bitch is cheating. Don't let it happen. I don't know. Maybe the pouch is telling the esophagus. Yeah, because the esophagus finds out before the pouch does. So they in cahoots. They not trying to let you have shit. So yeah, but it was nice, and I was just like I was done. So then I had to wait like I waited like an hour because that shit wasn't going down. Every time I burp, I could feel like solid liquids coming up. That makes any sense. I was like, oh god, I don't want to throw up, but I didn't feel like I had to throw up, but I couldn't quite get it all down. I did all kinds of jigs and stretches, and it wasn't getting it. And it's not like you can drink anything to wash it down. So that was that. So I was like, bitch, you just gonna have to settle for this and just sit here with a lump in your throat like a frog. And eventually, it felt like it was going down. And you know how you think something worked its way down, and then it'd be like, oh yeah, remember when you had did this, and it starts all up again. And like, don't forget, here I am. I'm still here, bitch. I'm still in your chest. I ain't went nowhere. What you thought it was over? So yeah. So finally, after hours, like, okay, I think it might be safe to have me some Crystal Light and try to front like I hadn't done nothing wrong. And I started sipping on my Crystal Light, and I was like, had that lump in my throat. I could tell the Crystal Light was trying to work it on down. Yeah, it was painful for a while, but eventually, um, it got resolved, and I don't think I learned my lesson because it was still delicious. Mm, it hurt so good. And I maybe had half a pepper, sauteed pepper, a taste of sauteed onions, which I love, and a hint of potato. I wouldn't even call that a piece. And what else? A smidge of mushy ass avocado, and that was it. That was and I guess I was full. I don't know what you'd call that, but I suffered. I paid, and I'm like, how many calories could that have had? That was some serious suffering. I'm just like, when will these days are going just too slow. I need somebody to give me a time machine so I can go fast forward, because I don't think this is gonna work out if I'm gonna be desiring things, and I hadn't even thought about that part of it. I'm in full desire mode. It's not so much about being full or whatever. It's just about, damn, this like when you start smelling stuff and you hungry in between them proteins or whatever, it's tough. But anyway, and I have done things like resorted to, like, there's these chips that I like. They have like lime on them. Oh my gosh, and it's spicy. So I licked like 7 chips. I licked them, and I had like a feed bag on my head, and I licked the chips, and then I would spit it out in the bag. So I didn't eat it, but I sure the fuck licked it. And it was no other than embarrassing myself. There was no side effects. I mean, I just had me a licking ass good time. And so what else? Oh yeah, so so what was I was getting ready to say something. Oh my gosh. Oh, so like I said, tonight was the first night I've cooked since my surgery on 10/19. Today is 10/25, almost 10/26. And as a FYI to my family and children, or whomever may be in my household at the time, don't ask me to cook shit. Until we all can partake, you're on your own. Because my son's old enough to just, you go get yourself a fucking Hot Pocket. Because I ain't cooking nothing. Okay? Because I'm not smelling nothing that I can't have. So I'm sorry. Maybe some parents out there don't agree with me and think I'm an asshole or think I'm a bad parent. Oh well. But from until further notice, until I can have solids, you don't got a mama. Unless the only way we having dinner together is if you about to have broth. If we ain't having broth, we ain't having dinner. Hashtag broth. Okay. So that's it. I don't know what's happening to me tonight, but yeah. So that's it in a nutshell. Unless we having broth, we ain't having nothing, and that goes for relationships too. Good night.